Hi, guys. It's Sunday. It's Cheryl, and I am here today to share some things with you that I have discovered about Etsy. Now, what you can sell on Etsy, some things are black and white. You can go to Etsy on their website and you can read the rules of what you can and cannot sell. But what happened to me was currently last week, Etsy was giving you an opportunity to have your store evaluated through Charles Curry, I believe is his name. And he tells you how his Etsy store was going down the drain and how he recovered it. So I listened to it, and then I looked at my store. Okay, now, so really quickly, originally, okay, first let me tell you this. And I don't have notes. I'm kind of talking off the top of my head. So if I sound a little bit disconnected, please forgive me. But this is what I discovered. Originally, when I opened my Etsy store, I sold homemade baked goods, cakes, brownies, cornbread, things like that. Okay, and so I was trying to keep it as a bakery. Then recently I added some gift packages, vegetables, baskets, gift baskets. And then I added some handmade gift baskets that were non-food. Okay, so I was trying to keep everything in the food category is what I'm trying to tell you. But after I watched the video by Charles Curry, and I went back and looked at my store again, and I said, okay, wait. You sell on eBay and you sell everything. I consider myself a mini Walmart. Okay, all right. And so I said, why can't you do this with Etsy? Okay, so now my original thought process with Etsy was it had to be handmade. Okay. I knew you could sell vintage, but I really didn't think it thoroughly through. And like I said, I'm talking off the top of my head, so if I sound a little disconnected, please forgive me. But basically, that's how I talk. I very rarely use a lot of notes, not a dialogue, let me put it like that. I may have some little things jotted down so I don't forget them, but this is the way I do it. So anyway, so after thinking about my store, and let me say this, I sell on eBay, Poshmark, Facebook Marketplace, and Etsy. I said, oh, wow, you sell everything on eBay all together. Why can't you sell the things that qualify on Etsy all together? So my thought process of keeping it all food related has vanished. Okay. And so now I want to tell you what I started discovering about it. When I got into thinking about the vintage category, I didn't think about all the oil paintings, vintage oil paintings that I have on my eBay store. I have some vintage hats, mink and otherwise, in my eBay stores. Vintage can go on Etsy. Then after I started reading through things that are allowed, I noticed dress patterns. Now, dress pattern can be sold on Etsy regardless as to whether it is vintage or not, because it is a tool used to make something. And these things you guys may already know, but I'm just sharing it with you because it was like a light bulb went off in my head. And so maybe some of you out there haven't had this light bulb go off in your head. So this is why I'm taking this little time to share this very quickly with you today. The other thing I didn't think about was vintage clothing. Now, my husband had given me some shirts, Tommy Hilfiger polo, and what was the other one? Tommy Hilfiger. It wasn't Izod. It was, anyway, right now it escapes me. But I have it. And I said to him, honey, how old are these shirts? And he said, oh my goodness. Well, I'll just say they were over 20 years old. So they were vintage. Didn't think about putting on there. So I have vintage clothing that I have not listed in any of my stores that I'm going to put on Etsy. I have tons of dress patterns. Some are vintage. Old Vogue, Butterick, McCall's. I'm going to put them in my Etsy store. And I have a beautiful pair of crystal and emerald earrings. They're gorgeous. They're vintage. I've had them over 40 years. And I just happened to think about it. So then I'm like, okay, how much vintage jewelry do I own? So you guys get the picture, okay? That's all I wanted to do. Share this with you today, to think about what you have in your home that is vintage. And if you're on Etsy and you have not listed it, put it on there. Another thing, fabric. Fabric can be sold on Etsy because it is an item that is used to make something. So, think in that mindset. Things that are used to make something else. All right, guys? Okay. So I hope this little light bulb going off in my head will help the light bulb to go off in your head, and that it will help you to be more successful on Etsy. All right, guys, this is Cheryl. I am signing out. If you have any questions, please put them in the box below, and I will be more than happy to answer them. Okay, you guys have a wonderful Sunday. I'll see you in my next video. Bye-bye.